Hello and welcome to Wireman's Whimsy. Today we are going to make this lovely springtime lighthearted card using the Touch of Ink Sale-A-Bration set. You can still order Sale-A-Bration until the end of February. So this card, lots of the blends used on this one to do the butterfly. And we're going to use one of the blending brushes with the balmy blue ink to do the background. The card base is in the Granny Apple Green, and then it's a 5 1/4 by 4 piece that we are going to be inking up. So to start with, I used the Granny Apple Green ink and I stamped the leaf outline in full value. So I just went in and I decided where I'd like my leaves to be, and I stamped them down full value. And you just go around and fill in where you'd like them to be, and if there's a gap, you can fill in the gap. So yeah, this video you get to see me stamping. So I'm just going to add a little bit more up there. Each one comes out just a little bit different, and that's fine. I am going to take the flower outline, and I'm also going to stamp it in Granny Apple Green. We are going to be coloring it in with the Stampin' blends, but I'm just going to place this in right now so that I kind of know where it's going to go. And I'm going to put it right there. So I've got room for my butterfly at the top. Now I'm going to come in with the leaves, with the image or the fill for the leaves, and I'm going to do it at second value. So this is where your work surface or your mat gets a little messy, because we need to come in and stamp the leaves. I'm just going to come in, and I forgot to stamp away that time. That's okay. That's not a problem. And we're just going to come in and come in down here as well. And just keep going around and around. And filling in all the pieces. So I'm just going to come in and fill in at the bottom here. There we go. All right, so that is that piece done. And I'm going to put the Granny Apple Green away, and I'm going to stamp the butterfly in the, what did I use? Basic gray. So I'm going to make that sure the butterfly is inked right up. And then I'm just going to place it in the top corner like that. And that's done. So now the rest is coloring and blending. So there are some leaves on here, and I just used the Old Olive just to fill the leaves in. When it dries, you don't even really see much of a difference. So that is the Old Olive. I'm going to do the body of the butterfly in the bronze. I'm going to use the narrow end and just color it in, just like that. And you can have fun with the butterfly, coloring it however you like. First I started with the darker of the Daffodil Delight, and I just kind of outlined the areas that I was going to color yellow, and just did a bit of an outline in the yellow. And I just keep coloring. I really like the Stampin' blends. For a person who has no artistic ability, can't paint or draw, can't color really, the blends are just amazing because you can color and you don't get any lines. It all does absolutely blend together. So you just keep going around, and then I've got the Calypso Coral and the Cajun Craze, and I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to fill in and just keep coloring in with these. So I did lots of experimenting and playing with color on these ones yesterday as I was putting these together. I'll show you the samples that I started and rejected and that. So I'm just going in with the this is the dark Calypso Coral. I'm just going to go in and fill in some of the spaces. And then once I'm done with the blends, with the individual colors, I go back over with the light, oh shoot, I've already forgotten the color, with the light Calypso Coral, and just all over the top, just to kind of just mix everything together. And this is the light Cajun Craze, and I'm just going to go in and just add a bit of color in. And I'm going to go in with the dark Cajun Craze as well. It just adds all those different elements. See, when you see a butterfly, it's like they're never just, even areas where it looks like they're one color, they're never actually just one color. So I'm just going to fill in all these little bits in here. And like I say, you can make your butterfly any combinations of colors that you like. So I've got that done. I am going to go back in with the light Calypso Coral, and I'm just coloring over. Try not to go over the yellow like I just did, but all the other colors, it just adds that extra layer of blend over top, and it is really pretty. Just softens the whole thing up. And I am just going to go back in with some dark yellow because I kind of went over the top of that one there. Let's make that one a little bit darker. Okay, and I am using the Petal Pink in the light and the dark to do the flower. I'm going to start with the dark Petal Pink, and I'm going to just kind of color around and just do a little bit of highlighting. And then this little bud I'm going to do in dark as well. And then I'm going to use the light, and I'm just going to go over the whole thing and just color it all in. And it just blends everything together really, really nicely. And then I'm going to go in with the Daffodil Delight and just kind of do the center of the flower just to give the stamens a little bit of oomph. Now the magic happens. When I was planning for this yesterday, I did this one. I was going to do like a 4x4 piece and put it on and put a greeting at the bottom. So I did this version, and I thought that was too dark with the Rococo Rose. So I tried without the outline, and then I got to here. And I loved this effect, but I got to here and I thought, well, it's pretty, but it's really plain, and I didn't know how to kind of jazz it up. So my friend and upline Tanya Badulka, who also has a YouTube channel, you should absolutely check her out. She's got some beautiful videos. She taught me how to use these blending brushes, and as you can see, they're actually thousands and thousands of little tiny hairs. They're beautiful. But what you do with these is you come off the paper and on, like so. You just dab it in your ink pad, start off, and then come in. And what that does, see how there's a kind of a yellow, or a blue dot in the balmy blue of color? And so you want to start off the page so you don't end up with that kind of circle of color on your paper. So you just start off, and I went in and I went over the whole card, background and everything, just to give it that kind of sky, looking at the leaves through the, looking at the sky through the leaves and the flowers kind of thing. And this just totally jazzed up the card. I was amazed at the difference that doing this made to the card. It just makes it jump so much. And I'm just gonna dab in here a little bit and just go round. So there, that's how you use the blending brushes. And once you're finished with it, you can keep rubbing it if you want. It ends up stained, but the color, once the color kind of dries, it doesn't transfer. So I do have a set of these, and I kind of try and keep the color families together. But you can see the difference between just having it kind of plain and then having that blue sky just blended in the background. And then we literally just take our adhesive and stick the card front to the card base. You can add a greeting if you wanted to do just a little thinking of you or hello on there. I just really quite like it just like that, just as a nice simple card. And you could just write your note inside. So that is a simple card using the Stampin' Blends and a Touch of Ink stamp set. If there is anything you'd like to purchase, please use the links below, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.